Konnichiwa everyone, it's Dan
and Erichan
from JaDan.co.uk, and today we're talking about learning Japanese in Japan. Cheers for finding my video everyone, I appreciate that. So today, me and Erichan are taking a nice little walk. Where are we going?
Japanese lessons.
Fucking hell, Japanese lessons. And it's a good opportunity to talk about learning Japanese in Japan. So learning Japanese in Japan, it's easy, right?
Maybe for you, not for me.
It's definitely not easy for me either. Like, learning Japanese in Japan, you'd think it's easy because it's everywhere, but life don't work that way.
No way.
So before I came to Japan, I could speak a little Japanese. Like, I could read hiragana and katakana, and I knew some phrases like sumimasen, eki wa doko desu ka? I couldn't understand answer, but I could ask some questions like, Erichan, yeah, what about you?
I learned katakana and hiragana when I was young because my family is Japanese.
Oh yeah.
And I could understand a little because my mom and all my family speak Japanese, but here in Japan is very different.
You nearly said fucking.
I nearly say fucking.
Yeah, like, but when I got here, I realised that I didn't know shit. Even though I thought, oh, I can speak a little, I realised I know nothing. And that were a rude awakening. When I actually rocked up in Japan, in my brain, I thought I was just going to magically soak up Japanese like a sponge. And it was going to be bare easy. I thought I was going to land at Kansai Airport, suddenly fluent. Guess what?
No.
No, not today, friend. Not like that. What do you think, Erichan?
I think the same. I think like, oh, I will go there and know some words. I will start to speak with everybody. No.
It don't work like that. So that means like you're left in this situation where you're like, I'm in Japan, I can't really speak Japanese. What should I do? Well, there's two ways that can go. First way is you don't learn Japanese and you just kind of bury your head in sand and be like, it don't exist, I don't need to read out. I mean, to be fair, you don't need Japanese to exist in Japan.
No.
You can get away without it. It's hard, like especially if you have to go to like city office or out, or you need to go to a doctor. It's hard work, but it's possible. So you don't need Japanese. So you can just do that.
But if you want to be independent here in Japan, you need to learn Japanese.
So that's second way, and that is doing a ganbaru and studying Japanese. It sucks, but it's got to be done. So that leads us on to the next point, actually learning Japanese in Japan. It is easier than learning it at home, to be fair, just because you've got more chance to practice and see it. But that don't make it easy at all. I don't know, what do you think about learning Japanese in Japan?
It's hard because in Japan you need to work loads.
Yeah, the work culture means you don't have as much free time to study as you wish.
Like, I work 10 hours a day, so I don't have so many time to study and things, and it's very hard.
Yeah, and like that puts up another point, is like motivation. You're already in Japan and you want to go out and live life. You don't want to sit at home studying, but you've got to, like, it's not going to be automatic. And if you don't put time and effort in, you're not going to improve at all, as much as you want to. You're not going to. In terms of actual studying, the way I started doing it were a couple of books, Genki and Mina no Nihongo and stuff, and just trying to study on my own. And I learned some phrases. It weren't impossible. And to practice, I'd go to standing bars and talk to salarymen when they were drunk. That were good. But yeah, it don't really get you that far. It gets you to a point, and then you think, oh, I'm alright, I can speak a bit. And then you plateau big time. It's not good. Erichan, how do you study Japanese in Japan?
Listen and repeat.
Listen and repeat.
But it's hard because I have this Japanese face, so everybody thinks I already speak Japanese. When I say, oh, sumimasen, oh, foreign.
Yeah, they know straight away. And so yeah, like that's a funny thing, because whenever we go anywhere, people look at me and be like, nah, he don't speak Japanese. Then they look at you and be like, oh, I'll try. And then you make the puppy face like, I don't understand. It's kind of funny. Some people will be offended by that, but I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, but this guy don't let me speak Japanese.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You just never try.
He's very careful about me.
Yeah, I just don't want you to be in a situation where you're like, oh, I need to say something, and next thing we're sat in the toilet because you said yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, that's kind of weird. But then recently, I've really been stepping up my game to study Japanese. So has Erichan. Like, we decided, like, you know, we need to actually do this now.
Yeah, if you want to live in Japan for a long time, we need to learn Japanese.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if you just come in here for a year, you don't need Japanese. If you come in here for forever, like us, yeah, you need Japanese.
You need Japanese.
And that brings us on to today. We're walking to a Japanese lesson which is free of charge. Pretty good. Every week we're going to take a free Japanese lesson at the local international association, right?
Yeah.
On a Saturday there's maybe 20 people there in little groups based on ability. A few volunteer teachers which are just like old people, but they get up the time to come and help us study. And yeah, so what's it like?
Yeah, it's like they help you to study the book. We studied Mina no Nihongo.
Yeah.
But it's not like a real lesson. But it's good for training. Speak Japanese with someone who knows you don't speak Japanese, and we'll try to help you how to speak the right way. Look, the sakura tree!
When I saw that coming up the street, I knew what was coming. Erichan loves sakura. Look at that.
I love sakura.
Anyway, back to the lesson. So yeah, we rock up. Echo. Yeah, we rock up. We pay $0. Have an hour and a half lesson. It's basically just speaking practice and studying the book a little.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good, man. Especially because we don't really have to do it. And most areas have got one of these lessons. Like, if you Google like free Japanese lessons in your area, chances are, like I did it in Akashi too, with my old sensei, Masa sensei. He was cool. For like a year and a half I studied with him. And he was like the nicest guy as well. What is this area? There's like little temples and stuff everywhere, look. What is going on? But yeah, so if you are interested in taking free Japanese lessons while you're in Japan, have a little Google, you'll probably find it. And just to kind of finish off today's video, we've got a couple of tips to help you study Japanese. Right, we're not experts, we're not even good at Japanese, but from our experience, this stuff maybe will help. First of all, find a free lesson.
Don't try to learn 2 languages in the same time.
Yeah, don't do that. Like English and Japanese, Erichan.
It's hard.
I'm learning Japanese on like 3 Portuguese words. It's going pretty well. Learn a little bit every day. Even if you just spend 10 minutes looking at vocabulary or something, that's better than 10 minutes not looking at vocabulary, you know?
Try to speak.
Yeah, even if you're terrible, just throw it out there and hope for the best.
Go to convenience store and try to ask everything.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I first came here, I was like, in the hot counter, I was like, kore wa nan desu ka? She was like, chicken. And I'm like, kore wa nan desu ka? Chicken. That day I learned that everything's chicken. So, yeah. And don't be shy. Just try your best.
Yeah.
No one's expecting you to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect, so why waste your time? Just...
Japanese people are very kind.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, they're trying, good luck. And be prepared for Japanese people to be like, oh, Nihongo jouzu.
Yeah.
Even though you said 1 word, so...
Yeah.
It's kind of condescending, but they're just encouraging you, so... Yeah, enjoy the language. And that's pretty much the best piece of advice I can give you.
So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed it, there's plenty more of that came from, so do me a favour, smash that subscribe button and bang a thumbs up on this video, because that's what cool kids do. Also check out Discord, links in description, and we've got JaDan fam on Patreon, that's patreon.com/JaDanDanDan. You guys are awesome, but as always,
until next time.
Jamata!